So I should probably do this video with my son and wife. Maybe I'll do a second take. But 2 nights ago, we're having wine tasting with Camille's dad's cousin, on the north side of Fresno, kind of just by the Yosemite Highway, 41. And we look up rooms out here and we go to book it. And there's 3 rooms available. There's one with bunk beds. I go through the whole process. I put it in front of Camille, but we're in the middle of dinner talking and wine tasting, and so neither of us really pause and ask each other any questions. There's a learning right there, right? Sometimes you just need to pause and stop for a second and ask each other some questions. I fall asleep. I wake up half an hour later, too much wine and I'm toast. I don't mean too much, I mean a glass or 2. It was booked. I couldn't book it anymore. So we drive out here and we looked at a whole bunch of places. We even stopped at a place called the Denial Lodge on the way, and it was cool, but there's all these government restrictions and regulations that make it not as fun. And we get out here and we're driving around and we just were believing for a place to stay. We didn't know they're at 70% capacity, and so they're not even at full capacity. But as we're driving around, I felt like the Holy Spirit said inside of me, go to the Valley Lodge first. Your wife's going to want to go to the Awani. And she's like, I feel like we're meant to go to the Awani. And I'm like, yeah, we're going to go to the Valley Lodge. She's like, why? I'm like, well, I just felt the Holy Spirit say, go to the Valley Lodge. Your wife's going to say she wants to go to the Awani. So we do that. And because of that, we're driving along. One of the kids throws their puppy. Jones throws his puppy out the window. And then there's this guy walking along with his dog, and he says, Bobcat. And I turn around, and there's this bobcat slinking along right there beside the road. We reverse for 100 meters or so and watch this bobcat slink along. It's the most amazing thing. Hopefully there's none around the corner here. So we saw that. Then we drove along, and then I think it was a coyote. It might have been a wolf, but it looked like a coyote. And wolves typically go in packs, right? So there's a coyote hanging out. So we go see this coyote, meet these people from Washington. And then we go to the Valley Lodge, and they're fully booked. They call the Awani, and they're fully booked. And we're like, oh. But we still want to go to the Awani and check it out. We heard it was amazing. So we go there, check it out. Camille runs inside with the boys, and there's nothing. So, we've rung multiple times. We've gone on the internet multiple times. We've gone there in person multiple times. They've checked with each other. We're getting to be double digits of amount of times and ways we've tried to get a place here. So Camille and Xander are walking around, and Xander's like, can you just ask one more time? So Camille goes back and asks one more time, and then the lady asks a clarifying question. She's like, well, actually, I just had a room open up. So we just were believing in faith that there would be a room available for us. And eventually there was. And so we were on this cabin on the edge of all the cabins, near the waterfall, in Yosemite. God is faithful.